Well, hello there. In today's episode, we are going to explore a derelict freighter. I actually did spot a nice starship here. It's definitely bigger than mine. Yeah, we might as well buy it and add to the collection. So I will upgrade that off camera, but right now I just want to make sure that we reactivate the equipped one. And then we're going to have a little chat with the scrap dealer. In case you've been wondering why he is standing on the station, is because he sells certain items. I'm actually going to show that to you. A lot of contraband and other. This is actually really cool because that you can use for your appearance modifier. But as you can see, you need tainted metal, and this can be found in derelict freighters as well. But what we want to do is acquire the coordinates for one of those derelict freighters, and we are going to explore and salvage one, and hopefully stay alive. So you get a scanner, you activate the scanner, and then you have to use the warp in space until your, let's call it, computer locates one of those freighters, and then you explore. I would always advise, before you do that, make sure you have some equipment on you, especially these little things, an ion battery, and if possible, also one of those thermal protection for cold damage and cold protection, because it can get quite cold in such a freighter. Even though there are heating elements, as you will see, it's still nice to have it on you. Okay, so we're gonna get in our ship. And when I get out there, let me activate that item. And now he wants us to just use the pulse drive. We've seen this before. Until he locates that freighter. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna take a quick picture of this. Alright. Which I can use for my thumbnail. Okay, sorry for the interruption on that. I've read on Reddit that various people are, well, I wouldn't say freaked out, but these freedom missions can be kinda creepy. I've done several of them, and they're all different so far. And in some ways you're always dealing with some sort of hostile entity aboard. Whether it's an organic life form or more like an electronic, robotic kind of appearance. So you can see that when the extreme cold. Let's just enter. You'll find these capsules laying around that are either filled with oxygen or sodium. It's kind of a way to help you restore your hazard protection and your life's energy in case that would be needed. So this is the main door. You cannot close that door behind you, by the way. But this is the teleport unit, but that doesn't really work yet. You have to reactivate that. We'll get to that. You can use your visor, and then you will see these heating units, as I mentioned earlier. So you can turn it on, and then when you're in the proximity of that heating unit, you will not suffer from cold damage, and your protection will stay up to date, or up to max levels. You can also press the C to scan, and when you do that, you will see items that you can salvage, open, claim, as they call it. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see. Okay. There's a little console here that we need to use in order to open that other door there. So there's no life signs detected. So we have to restart the internal gravity. Restart hazard control. Protection against extreme cold temperatures required. We knew that. Unsealed door. Alright. This is where it really starts. Little pop-up that tells you what you can do with the derelict freighter. So there are terminals spread out throughout this freighter. You can find them with the analysis visor. You can collect data from those to learn the fate of the crew. You can also use a scanner, as we saw, to highlight loot. And there is valuable technology to be found. So I like doing these missions, they're pretty cool. What I usually do is I start immediately looking for some sort of a heating element in the vicinity. And I don't see any. Good thing we are stockpiled on supplies. So, time to start looting. Sometimes you find good stuff. Most of the times you find kind of scrap. Stuff that is not worth taking home. And some of these you can blow up. I don't know the purpose of that, because to be honest, I've never seen anything come out of them where I would say, hey, that's some interesting loot. You just blow them up to pieces and that's basically it. Normally shift is sprinting, but in this case it toggles between walking with a weapon and without a weapon, so you walk a little bit faster, as you can see. That's the only difference. The moment you slow down, you immediately have your weapon again. So you do have some really cool creepy music here. It's really well made. And of course, the darkness. So you can kind of see what I loot left and right. Units. Sometimes it's complete crap. Also on the right hand bottom you see that we're in zone 1 out of 11. You can open this one. This looks like it goes to another zone. And now we're in zone 2. So what we want to do is we actually want to go back, because I'm pretty sure there was another door. And that other door is then a little supply room that you can open. If I'm not mistaken. No, this is actually zone 3. Ah. As I said, I've done several of these and it's always different. Always keep an eye out, because there might be hostile entities or other creatures on board. You can also do this. And then you get some living slime. It kind of depends what you're going to get. It's all kind of random. I can show you, I can shoot at this thing, and I'm not sure what the purpose is. We don't get any loot off of it. Maybe I'm completely missing something. If you know, let's just leave me a comment. But pressing the scanner. This is actually a little supply room, so it doesn't really go through. It's just a little zone. We have to keep an eye on our hazard protection. Not much else to do here. So the other door actually leads further and deeper into this freighter. It also shows you that you already previously visited an area the moment you enter, see on the left hand top. Because it can be quite confusing. Little scan. There's a heating unit. There's a whole bunch on that side. Don't see anything in front of us. So of course, That's where we're going to go first. Bit of a run. Okay, so it's a dead end. Alright, so there's a scanning unit, and that is usually a defense system. Let me get some sort of a weapon. It's defense turrets, and it hits pretty hard, actually. And there's also a little flying drone next to it, it seems. Right there. And there. Okay, I get hit by something. I just don't see what it is, though. Kinda waiting for my shield. There it goes. There's another one of those. And they are difficult to hit because they are kind of at the ceiling level. These actually do not get stunned in place by the javelin itself. A whole bunch of them. So they do get stunned, so they can't shoot, but they do not get stunned in place, as far as I know. Okay. Heating unit, let's turn it on, just in case. We can reactivate our teleport, so that will then teleport us down. There's more spread throughout the ship, and as you activate them... Let's see if there's anything to loot here. As you activate them, you can teleport back and forth between the various zones. We done the new building part, large storage unit. So that is really cool. So you can use that for your building and, well, beautifying your base. It's really nice. So you have all these decorative modules that you can learn here. I'm just looting. So this is not a unique unit that was on already. Okay. There's one. Okay. So this is one of those terminals here. Let's see what it has to say. We can access the crew manifest. We're just scanning to see if there's any sign of biological life at all. So we get the last known positions. It's pretty obvious that they're all kind of dead. He was last seen in the engineering bay, this one in the airlock, weapons control. We find a crew manifest. That's one of the items that you can actually, when you're done with the freighter, you can then go back to the space station, and there are some people, well, NPCs interested in acquiring those from you. And they give you something in return. It's a dead end. This is very likely a supply room of some sort. Okay, so there's something to loot. Heating unit in the middle. And there's a log you can read. Okay, air is coming thick. There's something loose in the living quarters. Security ID. We're gonna need that further on. So it's kind of like, you know, the classic sci-fi movies. Like a glove. Okay. We have to go this way, I think. So you can keep track on the right-hand side as to how much you have explored and etc., etc. Alright. Let's make sure to keep an eye on the hazard protection. There's a drone. In fact, there's a whole bunch of drones here. Yeah, they are a little bit of a pain. As you can see, they do quite a bit of damage. You can barely see them. And it looks like that one healed up. Yeah, they do heal. They constantly go up, so they can heal back up. I'm waiting for my shield. See, I wasn't even aware that they could heal. So that one's hiding there. I think we got one. No point in shooting at the shards. So maybe that's only optical illusion that you can actually, because it looks like I can just shoot through everything to hit him. So I figured they were hiding behind the structures, but it looks like that's some sort of optical illusion. Alright, heating unit there. And a doorway there. Okay. Too bad it doesn't heat up the whole room. Okay, we have another one of those iPad lookalike thingies. Yeah, that's a food supply. I'm trying to kind of figure out what the story is. Of course, in most of these cases, there's some entity that came aboard somehow and just like an alien killed everybody off. Bacterial colony. Okay. So you can see that you already read this one. Data previously recorded. That's where we came down. So I think this is the only way for us to go. Oh boy. I'm gonna empty my bags a little bit because there's a lot of stuff in there. Here you got the tainted metal that you can use as a currency to buy stuff from that scrap dealer guy. Yeah, this is just worthless. I don't care about gag nips. So you don't run into the issue that you have full bags when you're trying to do something. Okay, so those are, I think, 2 defense units there. There's a drone on the right. And we have another entity green there on the right as well. So it's getting more and more interesting. Can I even get away from this? Not really. Should wait for my shield, but... Well, definitely some tough resistance. Alright, waiting for my shield. I believe it's 30 seconds without taking damage that it will recharge. And you can of course stockpile with food items to help that speed up a little bit. So they basically completely reset. Well, this is painful. Well, that's going to be very, very difficult. That was a lot of damage. And as far as I know, there's no health drops in this place. And there's another one of those, so I'm not really sure how we are supposed to get past that one right now. Well, as long as we have something to hide behind, then it's a little bit easier. Still getting hit, of course. But as long as it's a shield, then we should be okay. I saw another drone somewhere. I'm not sure if we have a good angle on that system there. Okay, so we can kind of do that too. Oh wait. Little bugger. Ooh. Yep, you hardly see him. Would be nice if we could get some sort of health restoration packs in here, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Was there another? No, I don't see one. Okay, so I'm pretty sure he's back at full health. Oh, not yet, okay. Okay. Okay, that's taken care of. Let's keep an eye out for those pesky drones. Another iPad. Okay, so one person was screaming. Okay. So it's kind of obvious that something is aboard and people are slowly going crazy, like in the movies. another one. Crafting his own weapons, so he got punished for that. Oh, that's one of those canisters. Okay. Oh. At least they're easy kills. Big space. Big space, but not much in it. Oh, there's one. I think? No? Oh, there. Okay. Alright. So we have mapped 7 out of 11 zones. Did I pick up anything good that I can use to heal up or anything? No. Ah, I should have used this thing. Stupid me. My hand is all trembling there. I think that was more of a glitch than anything else. There's bound to be some pesky drones here. Oh. Location tracking report. Entity partially decomposed. Okay. So he didn't meet a happy ending there. Collected novel magnetic element while on mission. Okay. Alright, I'm not sure how that plays into it. There's another terminal. We can reactivate this so we can jump back and forth between the zones. That's also a door. Let's check this terminal first. Oh, mainframe. Okay. So it needs captain's DNA. There's an override available because it sees that there was a severe incident that took place. So it wants to know what happened to the captain. Captain is deceased. Not diseased, but deceased, sorry. Okay, we can log in because we found that identification pass for that one guy. Okay, read captain's log. Let's see what's going on. Maybe that tells us a little bit more. Corvax Echo, grid disconnection. I go to see the gag. So they're trying to meet with the gags to have some peace treaty, it seems like. Wait for a sign from the Atlas. The gag will postpone their decision once more. They will not return the medal of my friends, not yet. So I think these are Corvax. And the medal of my friends are basically, I think, the bodies. Another date stamp. We've come to discuss our treaty once more, and that's where it stops. And we find a rare item. Awesome. Now, one of these doors goes to another level. This is supply room. Perfect. So you get that tainted metal. That's simply really worthwhile to just stockpile that. Then the other door leads to the next zone. Looks like there's only 2 zones left. Right. Start looking around for little drones, sentinels, whatever you want to call them, droids. I hear something. Okay. There's a heater on the back. We're missing 1 zone so far. This is, I think, the final terminal and the teleport. Okay. This is where you can sometimes find some technology. Usually it's to expand on your freighter. Freighter bulkhead. You can technology upgrade. Let's go for that one. So we got a salvage fleet combat unit. The combat performance of your fleet. Ah, that's really cool. Okay. All significant salvage has been retrieved, and use the Derelict's teleport network to exit quickly. We're missing 1 zone though. But let's see. I must have missed the door somewhere. But that's okay. I mean, as long as we have everything, then we can just exit out. And that's where we came in. And this is where you can actually run again. Go back to our ship, go to the space station and see if there's anybody interested in what we found and discovered. See, it says offload the crew manifest, find interested buyers on the space station. That's where we're gonna go right now. That's the freighter itself. Alright, so that wasn't super smooth, but we got it done. And let's see who's interested in buying some of this stuff. Seems interested. It's very likely the crew manifest that he wants. So sell it to him, and he will give you more tainted metal. You have something else. Offload the captain's log. You can also do that to him. The other person that is interested is the guy from the guild. And as it says on the right hand bottom, they give different rewards. So I'm not sure what he gives. I think he gives standing. Let's see what we get. I think it's 3. Yeah. We can also sell some goodies that we found. Found some fusion cores. I'll just sell this all out. Except for this one. Everything else. Don't see anything that is extremely valuable. So we paid 5 million basically for this. Oh, that's a good ship though. So that's the one that we bought too. I'm gonna deck that one out off camera, so you will see that the next episode. Alright guys, so this is basically a derelict freighter. Again, it didn't go smooth, and it shows that you kind of have to be kind of prepared for it and take your time, and at least that's what I do. I hope it was enjoyable, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.